Well, welcome to the video review of the Sony Ericsson C510. C meaning Cybershot. This is part of the Cybershot series, so we should see some decent photos. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Let's take a look at the retail packaging, and this is it, lovely in pink. C510, this one's the XT version, which has got the 850 megahertz support. If you've got it on Vodafone, you're likely to have a 900 megahertz support version. This one's got a charger in the pack. It's also got a USB cable and this nasty little beast, which is what Sony Ericsson use for the support for the headsets. You're not going to be able to plug in your 3.5mm headphones in there. You have to use the Sony Ericsson support. I think if you take a look on TradeMe and eBay, you might find that you're able to get a bit of an adapter to add some 3.5mm support. Underneath, a disc and a manual as well. So pretty basic packaging. And what does the phone look like itself? Well, in terms of the styling, it's quite a nice looking phone. The buttons are a little bit clicky, I guess. They're not great, not fantastic. I think personally that the design of the buttons, I've actually pulled one of these puppies apart in the past, and the design of the buttons is quite poor. It's a poor implementation and prone to failure, so not great on Sony's part there. But it looks the part. There is a camera, a front-facing camera, so if you're wanting to do some video calling, you can certainly do that with this particular phone. Other functionality, it's pretty much the same as any other Sony devices that you've likely seen. There's obviously the microphone down there and earpiece up here. On this side is the slider for a rocker button for your up and down volume. Also had a few little problems with that slipping out, but it's okay at the moment. And then of course there's a hardware button for taking photos, which I think is a great thing. On the back is a little bit of a speaker, and this is the slider that will open up the camera, and we can't see it on there because it thinks there's no SIM card in there. We'll talk about the buggy software in a minute, but you can see there that it opens up the lens and you can take your photos from there. Disappointed with the photos. It's a 3.2 megapixel camera, which I guess in terms of today's megapixels isn't brilliant, but they're calling it a Cybershot, and really the photos are still cell phone quality. On this side you'll see that there's that multi-pin adapter there that you can plug in your charger and your headset and that type of thing. And then down here, M2 support. Of course, they haven't decided to go for the industry standard SD cards in this puppy. You will only be able to use the M2 cards, which is again a bit of a disappointment. As you see before, it says insert SIM card. I've tried multiple SIM cards at the moment. We have been having multiple problems with this phone. It just doesn't seem to want to accept that there's a SIM card in the phone. When you see it and its menu, it's very similar to the other ones. If you take a look at the W508 review, you'll see that the menu is pretty much identical to this phone. It's got a reasonable sized display. Its calling quality is fine. Just that buggy software that a lot of people online have been complaining about. It just pops up with inactive SIM, and then the phone reboots on you, and at the moment it's just at a stage where it just won't accept SIM cards at all. So a bit of a disappointment in terms of the quality of either the software or the hardware there on Sony's part. It's a nice looking phone, just a pity that the implementation wasn't quite there. So that's it, the C510. Buy it if you like. I certainly don't recommend it with its problems.